Hi guys, and welcome to Petrolheads London. If you've not watched one of these before, my name's Tom and this is my channel Petrolheads London, and this is my weekly update 5 at 5 p.m. every Wednesday. Now I'm hoping like hell this one made it on time because I'm away, as you can see, in actually very sunny Nice today, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But the first thing I wanted to mention is if you've not watched one of these before, if you give me a shout out by commenting below, I will give you a shout out on next week's video. You comment, I give the shout out, that's what I meant. It's been a very long day, I'll explain. So, the first thing to do is say thank you to Malcolm Brew for your comment and being the first one to comment on last week's video. Please remember, if you do it, I'll give you a shout out next week. And also put your questions below, I'm keen to hear what you think. Now, why am I here? Why am I looking so hot? And why am I being a bit forgetful? Well, the reason for that is I am on quite an epic European road trip. So in the last 4 days, I'm kind of forgetting 4 countries, but I've been in and out of several of them. I've been around the Stelvio Pass, the Timmerschloss, which I reckon is actually more of a favourite of mine. We've been on a train with my bike, so if you follow me on Instagram, you will see some of that as well. Super exciting. And today has been an epic day. So we ended up in Como last night, and we've driven from Como in northern Italy all the way down to Nice in sunny France, and that's where I am today. So we've been via Monaco, which, trust me, even in summer bike gear is blooming roasting, so I can't recommend doing that too highly, but what a great place to see, and that network of roads is an absolute maze. But I'm going to talk a bit about that on this week's video, not the mazy roads, but a bit about my trip. But first things first, I wanted to talk about the UK Moto GP. So here I am in glorious sunshine, and trust me, my trip has not been like this the whole way. And the Moto GP was cancelled this week. Now this is a first for as long as I can remember, and it was due to the conditions. And if you haven't sort of watched some of the stuff on this, there's obviously some real, well, contentious points with Silverstone around this. So recently spent a lot of money having their surface redone, and obviously this is not dispelling the water in the right place. So there was a lot of compliments to the staff and the people who were managing it, but it seems like it just wasn't able to run. So no MotoGP in the UK this year. Really interested to see how this pans out for next year, because unless they change the surface, it seems like they won't want to race there. Might be somewhere else. Anyway, so that's my bit of news. Going to focus a bit of this 5 at 5 on this trip. So as I said, it's not all been sunshine and roasting hot weather. Sorry, I'm wiping the heat away from me here. And actually the beginning of the trip was cold and wet. So actually, how do you prepare for that? So I am going to put some stuff on around that. But actually, what you will see is that you have to take warm layers, waterproof layers, and trust me, I've had to use those, and then have enough space to carry it when you're in weather like this. And really, you only get properly cool when you're kind of driving at speed, but if you're a biker, you'll probably know that. But mesh stuff so far working out quite well. The other thing to talk about is Stelvio Pass. So there's an interesting place. I mean, that whole journey, I think our temperatures range from about 25 degrees to about 4. So you kind of have to, you're undressing and putting more layers on as you're going up and down. But what an amazing place to go to. The twisties, do you know what? Like, they're great fun, but the locals, wow, they can whip round them, and we're just not as practiced. And I think a lot of us were saying, who were doing it, there's 5 of us out on the trip, if we could spend more time on it and get into a rhythm, it would be good. I actually got into a really good rhythm on the way up, so I managed to kind of pull off from some of the others, which was not great that I left them, but great to be able to get into a rhythm on that. And anyway, really good fun, a good achievement, and amazing to see go from sort of nice green down the bottom to snow at the top. There's going to be a video coming about that. I'm afraid I had a bit of a GoPro disaster, so I'm not sure I captured all of it, but I want to take you along on a bit of the journey of this road trip that I've been on. The Timmerschloss was amazing, and actually all around that region, even when we left, we stayed in a place called Bormio the other side, and we went out to go towards northern Italy. Just the roads around there are amazing. To be able to just sit there and have a coffee and look at these amazing views and then get back on your bike and ride beautiful twisty roads has been a real privilege to be able to do that, and I'm a very, very lucky person to be able to have that opportunity to do it. And if you can do it, I highly recommend it. From here on, we're heading into a bit further into France and then into Spain before we then head home. So quite a lot of ground to cover. Today was a long day. I have not captured a huge amount of this because, frankly, it was about 300 and something miles from Como to Nice, and we were just trying to make time, and I don't think there were some interesting roads, and we do it all off motorway. We don't ride a motorbike to sit on a motorway. So we did 99% of it off motorway. Anyway, that gives you a bit of an idea of what I've been up to. As I said, get yourselves up into those alpine passes. They are blooming amazing. We had a ball, and I'll tell you a bit more about the rest of this journey as we go on. As I said, I am going to put some videos up, just tour videos. Interested to hear what you guys want to hear. You can help shape the ones I'm going to film in the next 3 or 4 days. And I'm going to do some GoPro stuff, but actually I think maybe you want showing around where we're staying or what we're doing, and let me know, comments below. Anyway, that wraps up this week's 5 at 5. Can't wait to share this journey with you. Please remember to like, subscribe, and comment below. Remember, if you're the first to comment, you're going to get a shout out on next week's video. Thanks for watching. Cheers.